Good evening and welcome to Case Arena tonight. It is live IHSAA girls basketball right here on the ISC Sports Network as the Carroll Cougars have traveled to Frankfort to take on the Hot Dogs. First game of the season, and it is brought to you tonight in parts by Eagles, post number 976, where they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in both Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. And by FiberHawk, fast, affordable FiberHawk. I'm Sean Walker, joined by Doug Wood tonight as we get set to open the season up. It feels like just yesterday, Doug, I was saying it's week 1 of football. It's here. I can't believe it. And football's coming to a close. They're in the playoffs now, and we've got girls basketball tipping off. It's November.
Yeah, it's football season went by real fast, it feels like. It just feels like we played Clinton Central for Frankfort week 1 just yesterday. And now it's basketball season. We had open gyms this week and start official practice next week, and the girls are getting underway tonight. But it's exciting, no better time than basketball in Indiana.
You get a good look tonight at a Carroll basketball team that was very good a year ago, 22-4. They went 7-1 in conference play. They'll be going against a Frankfort hot dog program that's kind of in a rebuilding phase here under head coach Matt Crawford, who's in his second year at the helm. And talking with Coach Crawford, he feels like they've already made strides. He would really love the effort over the summer and the conditioning programs and the fact that the girls are buying in. And, it may not be this year, but it's definitely coming for these lady hot dogs.
Yeah, I've been watching them over the summer, and I can tell the growth has been phenomenal from where they ended last season. Working all summer, having fall workouts, getting a lot of girls coming out and improving their game. I'm excited to see how much they've improved from last year and getting in the right direction.
Our keys to victory tonight. Let's talk about those real quick and what these two teams need to be successful, Doug.
Yeah, so for Frankfort, it's pick your poison. Carroll's got Allie Harness and Madison Wagner, and then Lainey Johnson coming back from the ACL tear. So which one can you stop? And then another one, limit turnovers. You got to take care of the ball to get shots up. And then for Carroll, just play at that high level. If you come in and do your job, you should win this game.
Those are our keys to victory tonight. They're brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. We'll step aside for the national anthem. When we come back, we'll get your officials, your starting lineups, and the tip-off live right here from Case Arena on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
At Day and Ginda Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Ginda Funeral Home, putting family first.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
Welcome back to Case Arena, the scene for tonight's IHSAA girls basketball opener here on the ISC Sports Network. And Doug, before we get into any more familiars, news broke just recently. Head coach Bob Knight, the longtime IU head coach, has passed away at the age of 83. And I guess if you're going to be a legend in basketball like the General, you go out on opening night of basketball in high school in Indiana.
Yeah, it's kind of cool that he went out on a night like this. Girls basketball is starting up tonight. Sad to see him go. Been a big Indiana basketball fan my whole life. But definitely cool that he got to go out on a night like this.
Glad that there was reconciliation between Coach Knight and the Indiana program before his passing. But will be definitely missed by Hoosiers all across the state. Now for our starting lineups tonight. First up for the visitors of Carroll will be Jillian Saltz, Allie Harness, Madison Wagner, Lainey Johnson, and Jamila Tillman. Again, we talk about Harness and Wagner, but Johnson and Tillman are two really good players, and that's not saying anything negative about Saltz. This is just a very loaded Carroll girls basketball team.
Yeah, you always talk about Wagner and Harness because they're the two leading scorers, but Johnson was out for a majority last year, and she averaged 8.3 points a game, and then Tillman's averaging nearly 8 rebounds a game. And then Saltz is a girl that Coach said that he's like to see improve more. They worked a lot with her on the off season, so look to see her make some plays tonight.
Tonight for Coach Matt Crawford, and his starting lineup is Ashley Vasquez Rivera, Ella McAtee, Esme Vasquez Bautista, Vanessa Guardado, and Evelyn Vasquez Bautista. Those are your starting 5 for the Frankfort Hot Dogs. Head coach Brady Wiles is in his 5th year at Carroll. Spent all 5 years in his head coaching career at Carroll for the Cougars. He's 70-29 overall, and they just seem to keep turning out very good programs year after year after year. And that's something that Coach Matt Crawford is stressing that he wants to do here. Coach Crawford very involved now in the youth program, the middle school programs, and trying to establish that culture here at the high school level.
Yeah, Coach Crawford's doing a phenomenal job with this program. He came into a bit of a messy situation with no youth program, and that's hard for any coach to start with that. So he got that implemented right when he got the head coaching job here. And he's building something special at Frankfort. You just got to be patient with him, give him some time to get this program back underway.
Sorry, Doug. Our officials for tonight's broadcast are Darren Haas, Chad Hodges, and Aaron Shelby. That's brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com or give them a call at 601-4145 for a free quote. Carroll comes out with the tip. The 3 let go there. Left-handed Lainey Johnson. And we get our first whistle of tonight's broadcast.
Looks like calls on number 32, Evelyn Vasquez.
So that's the first foul on the senior.
Carroll getting a 3-pointer up early, as I know they like to shoot a lot of threes, so expect to see that a lot tonight.
First free throw made there for Jillian Saltz. Sophomore at the free throw line. Carroll will start 4 seniors, and Saltz as the sophomore. She knocks down both there to get the first 2 points on the board for the Cougars. Now McAtee will bring it up here for the Hot Dogs. Nearly a backcourt violation against Frankfort as Carroll comes out with pressure. Guardado looks down low, and Evelyn Vasquez Bautista loses the handle. They look for Wagner, now stolen away from the by the Hot Dogs. And they'll look to push again. I would say the pace early, Doug, definitely benefits Carroll. This is what they want to do. They want to get up and run and have tempo.
Yeah, Carroll likes to play fast, but there's 2 turnovers in a row from Carroll. So I think they need to kind of maybe slow down a little. I know you like to play fast, but you got to take care of the ball.
Game 1, trying to get the rust off for both teams early on.
Yeah.
Some rule changes this year in high school basketball. I know it's something that is going to take some getting used to, Doug, for you. And when your Hot Dogs hit the floor here later this month, but going to 5 fouls now in each quarter, they'll reset, and it'll be a double bonus. No more 1-and-1. Change of strategy a little bit as Harness comes up with the steal.
Yeah, we saw that come into play a little over the summer for the first time, and it's weird because, strategy ends at the end of the quarter. You can reset. So if you're at 2 fouls and the time's going down, you're going to use those 2 fouls you get because they're going to reset back.
The old school basketball fans and the old school coaches are hating it.
Oh, yeah, and it takes a lot of pressure off the free throw shooter, too, when you know you got a guaranteed second shot.
Guardado rimmed that one out, nearly banked it in. Harness so far been quiet. What a pass. Tillman too strong, though. Wagner up and under, and she'll get her first field goal tonight.
Seen Harness playing more of a traditional point guard role so far tonight. I don't think she's taken a shot yet.
Looking to distribute and get other teammates involved. Guardado back to McAtee. Screen by Guardado.
We mentioned it before the game started when I was talking to you. Frankfort's a very inexperienced team this year, considering they lost Madison Cook, and then two of their better players are not playing right now. So a lot of the girls on the court right now have not played a ton of varsity minutes, so expect the offense to be a little slow.
Yeah,
to start off the game.
To that point, Daisy Santos Valdez and Syra Flores are out due to injuries that they sustained in fall sports. They hope to get them back in the lineup soon, but those were your number 2 and 3 leading scorers that returned. You know, Guardado came back. Obviously, she was the leading scorer that returns this year. But, yeah, so to lose number 2 and number 3 from a year ago makes things pretty tough.
Nice pass.
Look down low. Great footwork, and Frankfort gets on the board. Vasquez Batista, her first field goal this young season. 3 on the way. Johnson rims it out.
I like the way Vasquez Batista sealed off her defender there. Got good post position, and then the defender tried to make a play on the ball, overcommitted, and led to a wide open layup.
A couple of substitutions here will take place. Some fresh legs on the floor. McAtee picks up her dribble, looking for Guardado, and it'll be stolen by a young lady that just checked in, and Mallory O'Brien. Look ahead. Emily Justice misses the free throw, but Saltz is there for the putback. Want to make sure they get it inbounded correctly here. Coach Crawford going to take a timeout and talk it over.
Yeah, I don't think Crawford liked to see that full court press, one to set up a press breaker.
This timeout allows us to thank our sponsors here tonight. Up first, be the Frankfort Eagles, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. The Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Saw some footage from the Eagles this past week, and they had a couple of bands in there, a Tom Petty tribute band and a Fleetwood Mac tribute band. And normally you would get one of those on a night, and you'd be ecstatic of like, hey, I went and saw this Tom Petty tribute band. The people that went, they got both in one evening. That's awesome. And they sounded fantastic on the video footage. It was kind of sad I missed out. 8-2 your score early here in the first quarter at Frankfort. These two teams, obviously game one on the season, a full slate headed their way. For Carroll, we'll see them next on our airways on November 20th. That game against Faith Christian was originally scheduled for November 13th. They pushed it back a week, but we will still have that for you on ISC.
Yeah, that'll be a big-time game. Two teams that had some success last season showing off early in the season.
I know there's a young lady by the name of at Faith Christian. They've got two, what I'm thinking is going to be D1 basketball players at some point as Harness misses this shot, and Trinity Wilburn, and the other name is eluding me. I'll get it here in a second. Maya Layton. There we go. Faith Christian's got some young superstars themselves. 3 by McAtee just off the mark. Harness tracks it down. Is Frankfort hanging around early?
Yeah, I'm very impressed with the defense. They're playing hard, just what Coach Crawford wanted. And then you see Harness make that 3. But Frankfort's playing the way Coach Crawford wants them to play, physical and try to wreak havoc on the court.
Allie Harness is the all-time leading scorer in school history, whether boy or girl side of things. She has 1,635 points coming into this season. She was an Indiana All-Star last year as a junior, committed to Western Michigan. She's going to go play college basketball there. But she'll come out and get a breather.
I don't think people realize how significant that is. 1,600 points in just 3 years of basketball is absolutely insane.
Yeah, think about you have the history of the school, and she became the all-time leading scorer in 3 years.
3 years, yeah.
So this is all just padding now that she gets to put on there. And it's crazy because you've got a young lady, obviously in Madison Wagner, that if Allie Harness is not on this team, Madison Wagner's the 10th girl to score 1,000 points in school history. She's the third one from her own family. Her mom and her sister are both in the 1,000-point club at Carroll as well.
Yeah, I must run in the family there.
And if I remember correctly, her father went to Delphi and scored over 1,000 points in his career as well. So Carroll County, the Wagners are well known for scoring some buckets. We get a foul here. Lainey Johnson drove to the bucket. We'll see if they give her, looks like it'll be out of bounds underneath. 11-2 early, a 9-point lead. Justice swings it over to Wagner.
It looks like Frankfort's playing this 2-3. Kind of daring Carroll to shoot, and Carroll's kind of hitting some threes now.
Lainey Johnson knocks down the three. This right through the hands. So we're looking for Esme Vasquez-Sanchez. One of the captains of this Frankfort team, Ella McAtee, Vasquez-Sanchez, and Vanessa Guardado. Your three captains for this squad. And immediately Harness looks up the floor. Tillman off glass gets it to go.
You can see Carroll's kind of finding the rhythm now, playing the way they wanted to. They're just pushing the ball up the court, hitting some shots. So Frankfort needs to stop this bleeding pretty quick.
Turning up the pressure, and another great find there as Wagner leaves it just a little bit short. And Frankfort couldn't keep it in bounds here, so we give Carroll the basketball back. Number 52, Aaron Wills will check in. The freshman getting some time here in game number 1 at the varsity level.
Yeah, anytime you got two of your varsity players out, it's time for those young players to step up and make a name for themselves.
Get that opportunity. Harness off the mark here. Last touch by the Hot Dogs. They say it'll stay Carroll basketball.
Yeah, last time these two teams met last year, I think Carroll took the win 64-24, if I'm not mistaken. So they're actually on track to score more than 64 points now. That's Lainey Johnson hits another three.
Starting to warm up. Two from distance for Johnson. They missed her last year. She only played in, I think, 8 or 9 contests, if I remember correctly, before the injury. Behind the back pass from Harness. She gets it back and she'll score.
Getting fancy out here.
What do you think Coach would say if you start throwing behind the back passes this season? You going to be on the bench probably?
I probably would be on the bench.
I guess when you score 1,600 points in your career, you're allowed to razzle-dazzle a little bit. Three players will check in. 3 players check out here for Carroll as you get another look at that replay. And a good job by Johnson to keep her head up, find a teammate.
Yeah, she's a playmaker. The game kind of revolves around her. I know they have a lot of talent on this team, but as you've seen, she has the ball in her hands almost every possession. So they want the game to play around Allie Harness.
First free throw missed there. Vasquez Bautista has the only field goal for Frankfort tonight. Back at the free throw line, hoping to add on here. A new addition, really, to this varsity lineup is Vasquez Bautista. She's looked good early on for Frankfort, though.
Yeah, scored the first points of the season for Frankfort.
We've seen active hands almost come up with the steal here. Tonight's game brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, where they believe in putting family first. As active members in the community, they know that when dealing with a loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Home offers, please visit dayandginda.com. I want to thank all of our sponsors here tonight on the ISC Sports Network, all of our students working behind the scenes for Hot Dog TV, making this broadcast possible this evening. #22 checks in, Jalen Kingery. Another one of the seniors here for Carroll. They throw over the top to Johnson.
Active hands there.
Yeah, nicely done by Ashley Vasquez Rivera. Nearly gets the block here as well. Good shot contest.
Yeah, they play that 2-3, and they're a gritty team, so they're flying all over the place, trying just to disrupt the offense and try to cause a steal or contested shot like they just did.
3 on the way. A little too strong. Guardado with it down low. Can't buy her first bucket. Saltz pushes it ahead. Active hands again. This one tipped and stolen by Frankfort. I know they've given up 21 points here in the first quarter, but I feel like Coach Crawford has got to be kind of excited with the way defensively they're at least showing effort.
Yeah, they're playing hard, and then there's a 3 steal leads to a three-pointer.
Vasquez Rivera knocks it down.
When you're playing a talented team like Carroll, you're going to give up points like this. So, he's got to be happy the way they're flying around.
At the end of one, it's 21-5. Carroll leads Frankfort. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, second quarter action right here on ISC.
Why are interscholastic sports called the last classroom of the day? Because they teach students important life lessons like teamwork, accountability, and perseverance. School sports are so much more than a game. They're about developing the whole person. That's why they're an essential part of every student's education.
Encourage your student to participate in the last classroom of the day. Interscholastic sports in Indiana. This message presented by the IHSAA and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Welcome back to Case Arena, second quarter action. Carroll versus Frankfort. This portion of our broadcast brought to us by the Healthy Communities of Clinton County, where the coalition is committed to reducing the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities, by decreasing stigma and encouraging policy, system, and environmental changes. At Healthy Communities, they believe in making the healthy choice the easy choice. For more information, visit healthyclintoncounty.org. Frankfort comes out with a possession here. Start the second quarter. Unable to find a bucket. Harness back in to start things here for Carroll. Looks down low to Tillman. Tillman too strong again. She's still looking for her first field goal tonight.
I believe she did get one.
Did she get one earlier?
I think she got one, a layup earlier.
I missed one, so you're right. I got it right there. 2 points for Tillman.
I think it was a fast break.
Us broadcasters need a preseason too. We need a warm-up game. This one tipped, knocked out of bounds, ruled Carroll's basketball.
I've noticed Frankfort's trying to get the ball into Guardado more. She's got the 2 shots this quarter, so trying to get her some shots. But they are just hounding them on defense right now.
Wagner, short on the 3. Frankfort scrapping this right there for the rebound. I'll tell you what. Esme Vasquez Sanchez is listed at 5'3". She's playing like she's 6'3" tonight.
Yeah, Coach Crawford preaches toughness and playing hard, and he's got them playing hard tonight.
Good step through. What a play. Vasquez Rivera with her 5th point. Good look down low. Tillman gets that 2nd field goal.
You know, you would expect Frankfort to come in being a little intimidated of Carroll, but they don't look intimidated at all. They're coming out and playing the way Coach Crawford wants them to play. It's exciting to see.
I love the effort, Doug, and I say it all the time. And when I was coaching youth sports as well, it was I can teach you how to play the game. I can teach you the rules. I can't make you want to do it. You have to bring your own effort, and that is what you're seeing tonight from these Lady Hot Dogs.
You notice Ella McAtee had a guard, Allie Harness, way out there because she will shoot it from really anywhere on the court. So you got to extend your defense to no matter where she is.
Nice dribble moves, a little floater, and Harness knocks it down. And, again, just showing off some of that skill set. She is a very gifted basketball player. 3 on the way. Boy, it looked good from my vantage point, just short. Wagner looks ahead to Harness, sets the feet. Look to reset. And as you said, not afraid to put it up from deep.
Yeah.
O'Brien there. She'll get a field goal.
I think she pulled that one from about 10 feet behind the line, it looked like, from where we're looking at from up here.
Coach Crawford going to take a timeout, discuss this one as Carroll's opened up a 20-point lead here in the 2nd quarter. And let's talk about Harness and Wagner if we could. Both of these young ladies committed. We've got a graphic there for you. And this is what I was talking about earlier. You got Harness going to Western Michigan, 1,635 career points. But look at Wagner, over 1,100 career points through her junior year. And both of them just had, storied careers. Both of them playing, cohesive basketball here. And congratulations as they'll go take their talents to the next level. And the best part about it, Doug? They did it before their senior year.
Yeah.
We know where they're going. They get it out of the way. Now you can just play.
Yeah, that's got to be a big relief, knowing where you're going to go, and you can just kind of relax and just play your senior year, enjoy it. Don't have to hear anything from colleges. You've already signed and know where you're going.
Tonight's game is brought to us by Aaron's Flooring, offering luxury vinyl plank, carpet installation, and more. Visit aaronsflooringllc.com for more information, or give them a call at 601-4145 for a free quote.
Shout out to these new cameras we got going on here.
I'm loving it.
Goodness,
there's angles everywhere. I gotta make sure I don't bring any popcorn up here and try to eat during the broadcast. They'll catch me. Frankfort out of the timeout with possession. McAtee looking inside. Pass deflected. Great job hitting the floor. We'll get a jump ball scenario here.
Possession to Carroll. But once again, diving on the floor for the ball. It's just the little things that, that's uncoachable. You can't make a girl dive on the floor for a ball. So when you got girls wanting to do that, you can develop skill. So I'm sure Coach Crawford's loving that.
And speaking of effort, you brought up a stat that I was unaware of. And that's Vanessa Guardado led the state in charges last year. I mean, that is an effort play for Frankfort.
Oh, yeah, that's phenomenal. It's not many people are willing to stand in front of someone and take a charge. And the fact that she had 20 of them last year is just phenomenal.
We're going to get a foul here. That's all. They're going to give it to Harness. It's her 2nd foul. Again, the new rules in high school basketball this year, 5 fouls each quarter, and you go straight to a double bonus. There are no 1-and-1s anymore.
Yeah, that rule is just so hard to adjust to. No more 1-and-1s. So.
Definitely a strategy changer. Loose ball. O'Brien comes out with it for Carroll. Harness to Wagner. Harness gets inside, drives down the lane, probably got fouled, but she'll get the bucket. Putting the ball on the floor.
Guardado. Nice drive.
I love the effort inside. They've got a couple of great post players in Guardado and Vasquez Bautista that are just doing a real nice job filling the lane and crashing the glass.
Yeah, and then when you get Syra Flores back, that'll be a nice three big girls to kind of play that middle area, and one can come in and give each other a rest. So it'll be nice to see Syra get back on the court, and then obviously Daisy. But Vasquez Bautista is stepping up big tonight.
That's banked in the free throw a minute ago. This one rims out. Salts pulls down the rebound. 1 of 3 at the line tonight. They get it down to Johnson, and she gets another field goal. There's a couple of threes from behind the arc, and that jumper there. Harness behind the back. Quick crossover kick. Wagner, 3. Just off the mark, and we were unsure actually if she was going to play. I mean, they told us, hey, she's in the starting lineup, but then we went into today and found out she's not feeling well. Mm-hmm. But she looks pretty good out there tonight, just a little short on the jump shot, maybe tired legs.
Yeah, we got information that she was sick this morning, wasn't sure if she was going to play, so that could definitely factor into how she's playing tonight. But then again, it could also just be the first game of the season, getting the jitters out. So
you think about somebody playing sick in a basketball game, I always go back to the Jordan flu game. You probably weren't even born yet at that point in time.
No, I was not.
But thanks for making me feel a little better. Get a whistle in the lane here.
I'm going to call a blocking foul. There's a Vanessa trying to take a charge. Didn't get the call that time, but willing to put her body on the floor.
Her second foul. It's going to send Lainey Johnson to the free throw line. Johnson a year ago, 8.3 points per game, a little over 3 rebounds in her limited action before the injury. And you can tell that she's going to be a difference maker this year for Carroll.
Yeah, getting her back. This is kind of the season all the Carroll fans have been waiting for. They're all seniors now, trying to make a big run in the playoffs.
Came up just a little bit short last year. They got to the sectional championship game and fell to Lafayette Central Catholic.
Man, that was a tough sectional they were in. Yeah, Clinton Prairie, Carroll, Seeger, Lafayette Central Catholic. I mean, it's a brutal sectional.
For Carroll, they were able to avenge a regular season loss to the Gophers. They got that in that sectional semifinal round before then falling to Central Catholic. You got to wonder if that wasn't hey, we got over that hump. We got our revenge, and then, here come the Knights.
Yeah, you got to play Central Catholic. That's tough to go back-to-back with Prairie and Central Catholic.
Both close games, tough affairs. We get a timeout here from Coach Crawford, realizing that 10-second violation was coming. A 34-8 affair. Tonight's broadcast brought to us by Mulberry Telecommunications. Mulberry and the ISC Sports Network have partnered with Hot Dog TV to be the go-to place for live hot dog athletics. Catch your hot dogs all season long on the ISC Sports Network apps, social media platforms like X, Twitch, and YouTube to see events produced by the Frankfort students in cooperation with ISC. The ISC Sports Network, local lives here. So proud of the sponsorship. It's one of those things for me that it's just a way to help give back to my alma mater. A Frankfort graduate myself in 1997, and then one of the 3 originators of the ISC Sports Network back in 2009 when it was originally called MTC Sports. been able to put together this program and come back and work with the students like yourself and the rest of the crew here on the broadcast. And
super grateful for ISC Sports Network to give me the opportunity to call so many games. And now that I've been in high school, now I'm a senior and getting ready to go to college for broadcasting, put me ahead of a lot of people that are going to college for it. So super grateful for that opportunity.
Doug, you made it easy. You were naturally gifted at it right from the get-go. So wish you the best of luck, and I expect to see your name on some games in a few years from now once that graduation happens.
Yeah, it's crazy to think I'm a year away from calling myself the alumni from Frankfort High School.
It goes quick, bud. It doesn't feel like it when you're in it, but it does. Johnson trying to hit another three. This one just wide of the mark. Closeout defense by the Hot Dogs, forcing that errant miss.
Yeah, I think sometimes I take this place for granted, but now that I think about it, I just got one more season left here. It's crazy to think Case Arena. Been
in one of the coolest gyms in the state. Yeah, I was the same way when I was here. Didn't play basketball after my freshman year, but I attended many games in here, and we would be right down there in the front row rowdies cheering on the guys. And
it's crazy coming here after a road game. You come in here, all the lights are off, and you just walk in here and hear the echoes. It's crazy having this place to call your home as your hometown gym.
We definitely took it for granted, and it was later where you look at it and you're like, wow, this is a high school gym. This is crazy. Speaking of nostalgia here for Case Arena, it is the 30-year anniversary of Blue Chips being filmed here. And I believe you guys have something special later this year when Rossville comes to town as Vasquez Bautista gets one of two at the line.
We got a Blue Chips throwback game coming to high school here when we play Rossville. Going to wear the Western uniforms, and Rossville wear their reds to kind of simulate that Indiana. They're going to have movie memorabilia out there. It'll be a blast of the past, and hopefully we get this place packed out for that game.
Harness hit the three a moment ago for Carroll. Guardado too strong on that move. Under 40 seconds to go before the half. Lenny Johnson inside. That one blocked. That was Guardado getting hands on it.
It's getting physical down there. I can tell from up here.
Good spin move in the lane, and Guardado knocks it down. That was great footwork. 10 seconds now. Harness down low. O'Brien. Give her the assist. O'Brien gets another bucket.
Got 2 seconds. Got to shoot it.
It's up. Going to be a little bit short. 39-11, your score at the break. As Carroll leads Frankfort here on opening night of IHSAA girls basketball in Indiana. We'll take a break. When we come back, halftime show right here on ISC.
Hi there, I'm Jake Query.
And I'm Derek Schultz.
And we do Query and Schultz on ISC Sports Network. And Derek, unlike Ted Lasso, we have a third season.
That's right. Season number 3 right now, ISCSportsNetwork.com. You can see episodes on Comcast 81 as well, Mondays at 7:30. I'm talking about our show, Jake, this beloved show that people tune into every single week. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, so many ways to watch Query and Schultz every Monday, 7:30. Tune in and hang out with us.
And you don't have to be a goldfish. You'll remember everything we say.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Meet Henry. Henry is hip. Henry loves the new Mintel TV streaming app. And check out Helen. With features like Cloud DVR, Restart, and Look Back TV, Helen never misses her favorite shows. And this is Bob. Bob can't contain his excitement for the new Mintel TV streaming app. Bob is proving that you actually can teach an old dog new tricks. What do you say, Bob? Does the Mintel TV app get a thumbs up? All right, Bobby-o. Mintel TV, the next generation of awesome. Upgrade today.
Some see a student athlete working hard in the weight room. We see a future leader learning there are no shortcuts to success. Some see a start to a swim meet. We see the starting blocks for life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903. This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
We welcome you back here at the half at Case Arena. Tonight's halftime show brought to us by Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first. Doug, that first half, 39-11 the score. Carroll came out, and this is kind of what we expected to see here tonight, honestly. But I am impressed with Frankfort. I really am. Their fight, their tenacity, their defense, and we'll see some of that show up in these highlights here. But as this rolls, give me a little bit of a breakdown on what you saw here in the first half.
Yeah, so I saw Carroll came out looking a little slower, kind of turned the ball over, wasn't hitting their shots, and then some threes started to fall. Harness started to get more comfortable, you could tell. They started dictating the pace of the game. But on Frankfort, I thought their defense was great. I thought they played super intense and hard, and I think you couldn't ask for more from Coach Crawford. You're missing two of your girls tonight. You're playing a super talented Carroll team with Division I athlete on their team. And for the first game of the year to open up with a tough opponent like this, you got to be happy.
Absolutely. I know one of the things Coach Crawford preaches is deflections and interruption, and there's been plenty of that tonight from Frankfort. They have gotten active hands in passing lanes and not made things easy on Carroll, but it still shows you the talent of Carroll basketball and what these girls are capable of, is able to still put up 39 points in this first half. These two teams, no strangers of each other, but they've only played 6 times since 2000, and Carroll is 4-2 versus Frankfort. They're looking for their 5th straight victory since they rekindled this back in around the 2016-17 mark, if I remember correctly. Scoring in the first half, and this is off just a little bit, but I've got Allie Harness for 12 points, Lainey Johnson with 9. Those lead the way for the Carroll Cougars. On the other side, it's Ashley Vasquez Rivera with 5 points. She knocked down a 3 and a 2. You saw those highlights when we rolled those a moment ago. And then Evelyn Vasquez Bautista, who's been a bright spot tonight, has 4 points here for the Hot Dogs. But she's been to the free throw line quite a bit and been very active in the paint for Frankfort. She's impressed us so far.
Yeah, I thought she stepped up big time. I don't know if she was expecting to start tonight with Sarah going out. But she stepped up and made some really big plays, scoring the first bucket of the year for the Hot Dogs. playing good defense and got a couple offensive rebounds as well.
This Frankfort team a year ago averaged 30 turnovers per game. They have been doing a much better job here in game number 1, taking care of the basketball, and that is something that Coach Crawford has to be excited about as well. Our halftime highlights tonight were brought to us by Fiberhawk. Fiber Fast halftime highlights. It's fiber, it's fast. Fiberhawk out of Yeoman, offering business services here in Frankfort, Indiana as well. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be third quarter action here on the ISC Sports Network from Case Arena.
Healthy Communities of Glenn County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclincounty.org.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday Bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
For the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, you need a managed Wi-Fi service with advanced Blast Wi-Fi. Blast Wi-Fi systems provide ultimate coverage, ultimate performance, and ultimate power all the time. Available from Mulberry Telecommunications, Blast Wi-Fi systems feature the latest Wi-Fi 6 technology and are equipped with unrivaled bandwidth and 4 times more simultaneous connections so you can connect tons of devices throughout your home with no lag and no downtime. Plus, with 24/7 support and remote troubleshooting, you can rest assured that Mulberry Telecommunications is always here to help you should any issues arise. It's the ultimate Wi-Fi experience, and it's a blast. Blast Wi-Fi is now included with Mulberry Telecommunications fiber internet packages. Contact Mulberry Telecommunications at 296-2885 today to get started.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
Welcome back to Case Arena here. Frankfort High School, start of our third quarter. As we get rolling, it's brought to us by Fiberhawk, now available. Fiberhawk, fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. Fiberhawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, just visit fiberhawk.com or give them a call at 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable, Fiberhawk. Frankfort will start out with possession and it's taken away here. Carroll the other way, and Wagner gets the shot to go, and she'll earn a trip to the free throw line as well.
Yeah, Harness with the active hands there. Garden, Vasquez Rivera gets the steal and passes it up to Wagner for the easy lay-in. Nice pass into Guardado there at the foul drawn.
Guardado hits the deck. She'll earn a trip to the free throw line here for the Hot Dogs.
she plays really physical. I love watching Vanessa play. She goes 100% all the time.
Guardado headed the free throw line a year ago. At the line, she shot 52%. The senior looking to improve on those numbers this year. It's her first trip to the line tonight. Pull-up jumper for Harness, and she knocks it down going baseline.
She's just so smooth. You can tell. You can tell when you see a good basketball player by how fluid they are, and she's just really fluid. Nice save from Lady Johnson there.
I misspoke at halftime. I gave Harness 12 points. She actually had 14. So she's our game-high leading scorer with 16 points tonight. Kind of carrying the scoring load, getting some help from Lainey Johnson. And you can tell, we were talking at the break, Doug, that Madison Wagner, you can tell she just doesn't feel well tonight, definitely not herself. And she's giving Carroll great minutes, and she's putting up some shots, but they're just not dropping for her here tonight. But you can see some of the body language with hands on hips at times and just trying to gut this one out. Yeah, you see her here come up with the loose basketball. Under 7 to go in the third quarter. Saltz finds Tillman. Tillman short. Tries the up and under, no. And McAtee comes out with it for Frankfort. McAtee, a multiple sport athlete here at Frankfort. Got to cover her during volleyball season as well. There's a block inside. Salt's got active hands there. Hits the floor. And they're going to call her out of bounds before the tie-up. Nice job by our officiating crew tonight. We've had a nice flow of action, and you never know what to expect week one, right? I mean, or game one is these guys try to get in the rhythm with new rules. And
like they say, it's everybody's week one, not just the players and referees. And so everyone trying to get back in the flow of things. But I thought they've done a really good job tonight.
Whole bunch of basketball games headed your way from Frankfort High School this year on the ISC Sports Network. Doug will join me for, I think, 4 girls basketball games this year, and the other ones you can't play or can't do it because you'll be playing in a doubleheader that night. So we'll bring Joe Rook back to work the boys' games with me here from Frankfort High School as we get a timeout.
Yeah, I'm excited for November 22nd. We got Prairie coming to our house, big rivalry game.
That's one that's gotten away from you guys a couple of times these last few years. I know senior year, you're looking.
Yeah.
You got to get some revenge on that one, right?
Yeah, you don't want to go out losing to Clinton Prairie. It's a big game. You know them. You see them all the time. Just going to Walmart, you know.
Right, around the county.
So it's going to be a game. There's going to be a lot of, there's always a lot of tension down there. But hopefully we can get this one out. We got a new coach this year. Excited to play for Coach Scholl, and I wish Coach McCullough best of luck at Connersville now. But excited to get this season underway.
So for you in your senior year, this is your 3rd different head coach. Now I know Coach Scholl was part of the program last year, so that helps, right?
Yeah.
But still, for you, philosophies have changed, and how do you?
It's gone from my sophomore year having Coach Van Dyne, who was super new school, a lot of threes, super fast paced, to Coach McCullough, who has been around for, a long time, had a lot of success, slowing the game down, focusing more on the defensive part. And now we're going to Coach Scholl, who he's coached at Ben Davis when they just won the state championship last year, helping develop some of those players there. And he's kind of an in-between between McCullough and Coach Van Dyne. So it'll be interesting to see how he adjusts. 3 different coaches in 3 straight years is difficult. But it's nice having this guy come. Our new coach was in the system already.
I think that was what was important to athletic director Ed Niehaus when that opened up, was find some stability there, even though it's a change. Is bringing a guy who's already very familiar with the program, was on the bench last year. This knocked out of bounds. Again, defensive activity from Frankfort. Got another block. Harness looks to inbound.
Yeah, I love you can see Frankfort, our defenders, they all have their hands out. They're active. No one's got their hands down, all trying to make a play on the ball.
Was another deflection and block from Guardado there, and then saved by Carroll. The dump down from Harness to O'Brien, can't get it to go, and now Guardado showing off the handles. Trying to go coast to coast, has it taken away by Johnson. Gets it up the floor and lays it in.
You know, she looked pretty smooth there for being the center, running the court.
I remember Shaquille O'Neal getting a few times back in the day and showing off the skills. Anymore, they preach positionless basketball. You want to be able to cover all five and play all five.
Yeah.
The takeaway here from Harness. She'll lay it up and in and add to her game high. 18 points now. The young lady averaged 23.6 points per game last year. Again, the all-time leading scorer in school history, and she's looked really good tonight. Doug, I feel like for Harness, she has not tried to do too much. She has let the game come to her. There hasn't been a lot of force. And this is a girl that can, score in bunches. We had her on the network last year when she set her career high. Had 42 points versus Rossville, hit 9 3-pointers in that game. And I'm not talking toe-on-the-line threes. I'm talking Steph Curry range, stepped into the gym, was in the range, and letting them fly and was knocking them down.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, I said, you got to guard her at the white line, the volleyball line.
Yeah.
She will pull from really anywhere. And not just pull from there, she will make it. I've seen her play in person. I think this is the first time I've got to call a game that she's played in, but it's impressive.
And, going back to the keys to victory, we talked about pick your poison early on, and it was like, do you let Harness beat you, do you let Wagner beat you? And they've done a really nice job keeping Wagner in check here tonight, but you didn't count on Lainey Johnson being there in double figures,
Yeah.
So they still had two players really contributing on the offensive end for Carroll. It's going to make them tough to beat this season.
Yeah, it's brutal, I played a lot of high school basketball now. And when you get that scouting report, you got 4 guys that average 10+. That's harder to game plan for than one guy that averages 25.
For sure.
And so it's really tough because you can't focus on one player. Everyone's got to play their man. You got to hope you don't have to help off, because you help off, someone's open for a 3 and they're going to knock that one in.
So that pass around the feet of Aaron Wills, the freshman couldn't handle it. Harness up the floor, little Euro step. O'Brien can't get it to go.
Yeah, I think that ball hit every part of the rim, but going in.
Wagner looking for O'Brien again there and throws it out of bounds.
See this running clock. We got to the point, I think, 37 points.
Yep,
now.
Good call there. Once you get over 35, anytime in the second half, you'll have a running clock scenario. They do that as part of kind of a mercy rule. Obviously, they don't want to embarrass anybody. They want the games to continue to flow and move.
I think, when did that rule come into play? 2 years ago it was?
It was recent, yeah. I know they introduced it in football, and then I believe it came in basketball the year after. The downfall for me is, and I understand most times people aren't coming back, but I was privy to a game. I was on a broadcast with Greg Rakestraw. We were doing boys basketball. It was Harrison at Lafayette Jeff, and Harrison was down 35, 38 points, something like that, and came back and forced overtime. And so it can happen with the three-point shot. They got hot, but I understand it's not always going to be that way.
Yeah,
so
yeah. I'd say
I'm the guy I always like the what if.
Yeah. It definitely makes it tougher to come back, but I'd say 35 points is on the most of the time that is not going to happen. So I think the rule it definitely helps the flow of the game.
Speaking of the flow of the game, this portion of our broadcast brought to us by the Frankfort Eagles. Number 976, serving the community since 1905 with over 900 members locally. The Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Stay tuned at the end of the broadcast tonight. We'll name our Clinton County, very important part, Clinton County Player of the Game, sponsored by the Frankfort Eagles. And I've got somebody in mind.
I think I do too. Nice
McAtee on the steal. That was it wasn't necessarily a press. It was just guarding her player 90 feet away from the bucket. And then comes up and does not get awarded for the charge here, but I like the effort.
It is. That looked like a football play right there. Put some pads on. But, yeah, I love getting in front, trying to take the charge there, making the hustle play.
Guardado with a strong rebound here for the Lady Hot Dogs. McAtee set up the floor, and another jumper knocked down by Ashley Vasquez-Rivera. She's got 7.
Once again, Johnson and McAtee colliding. This one going to be called a foul on McAtee, but they're flying around down there.
I don't know what your coaches tell you in basketball, but I know, Doug, when, middle school, 9th grade years, I was always told you have 5 fouls and you should use quite a few of them throughout the broadcast or throughout the game.
Here we see this rule coming into play. Coach Crawford says, hey, that's only our 4th foul. We're not in the bonus yet. We had a foul to give. So it looks like he actually had Ella McAtee foul Johnson on purpose there. Might as well, like we said, use the foul if you got to use it. So it's the first time we've seen that come into play tonight.
There's part of the new strategy with 10 seconds to go, the foul to give. It's going to take some getting used to.
It will. It's
for everyone. Johnson, that one would have come off after the buzzer anyway, but 50-15 after 3. Carroll Cougars lead this one. We'll back with the final 8 minutes right after this.
Some see a student athlete working on a shot. We see a powerful lesson in persistence. Some see a student preparing for success on an exam. We see a student athlete preparing for success in life. Proud to keep education in front of athletics since 1903.
The Command IQ app helps me manage the Wi-Fi in every room of the house however I want. Like this room, where my wife talks to her friends in her book club every week. She's my best friend.
Time out. Have you seen the abs on the latest Bachelor? My husband used to have abs, but now he just has flabs. I don't know. Now, he says he works out, but I think...
It's not a book club meeting, it's a make fun of me meeting. Well, what happens in book club doesn't always stay in book club. So?
Oh. Darla? Honey, my Wi-Fi is down. That never happens.
Well, that's strange. Well, we'll see if we can get someone to come fix it next month.
We welcome you back to Case Arena. Start of the 4th quarter, 50-15 your score. These Lady Cougars trying to pick up where they left off last year. Went 22-4 a season ago. They have hopes on making a deep run this year on the backs of players like that. Allie Harness now with 21 points in the contest.
I mentioned earlier, I don't think she took a shot for the first 3 minutes of the game, and now she's got 21 points. She can add them up quick.
A quiet 21.
Yeah.
McAtee out top to Guardado. Looking down low for Wills. Drop it off. Loose ball, jump ball situation.
So we're going to go to Frankfort.
As Vasquez, Batista, and Harness get wrapped up down low. As Doug alluded to, jump ball possession stays with the Hot Dogs.
See a lot of teams just play a zone on a inbound play, but Carroll was playing man there.
Lainey Johnson will earn a trip to the free throw line as the foul here on Vasquez Bautista. That's her 4th foul tonight. Lainey Johnson at the free throw line. Lainey, the other Carroll Cougar in double figures tonight. She has 12 points now.
Yeah, that's big for Carroll. I know we mentioned it a couple times tonight, but coming off that ACL tear, she looks to be moving pretty good.
Yeah. I would say fully recovered at this point.
Yeah.
Looking good out there on the floor. And she's one that can give them points. She had a season-high 21 last year early in the season versus Clinton Central before that injury. Wagner up the floor, and she'll get an easy bucket here. Wagner was 6. That's well below her scoring average of 16 a year ago. But on a night like tonight, just gutting it out, giving the team whatever she can.
Yeah, you got to be happy if you're the coach. The fact that she's sick and she's still coming out and playing shows you that she wants to be here and playing.
Harness knocks down the jumper and gets fouled. The old school 3-point try attempt headed your way. Look at this one. That's an emphasis now you're seeing at all levels, is allowing the shooter room to come down after the shot.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of dangerous plays made when shooters don't have room to land. So I'm happy that they've made those changes to protect the shooter, because I know from experience it's difficult when your legs get taken out from underneath you.
It's hard in a play like that where you're turning around to block out, though, and you get the foul called on you for blocking out. This one knocked away. Justice looks ahead to Harness. Baseline floater, puts it up, and she's feeling it now. Hot hand going.
I think that's 26 for her now.
8 points in the 4th quarter alone. As she continues to add some padding. A future Carroll Cougar that's going to catch her is going to have to start putting up some points in a hurry.
I don't know if I see that record being broken for a while. boys or girls.
Right. Harness looks down low, finds Saltz. Saltz has had a nice game quietly.
And that's something that I'm sure their coach is happy to see. Someone's a young player that's going to be returning next year playing well. Because, I mean, next year you lose, like we mentioned, 4 of your 5 starters. So someone's going to have to step up, or a couple, I should say, have to step up next year.
For Saltz, she is long, too. Great arm length, some great height, and just a sophomore. So this is a great position for her to be in on a team where you've got some leaders that she can look up to and follow and get advice from. This timeout allows us to thank our sponsors. Tonight's broadcast brought to us by Ardente Dental, where they offer high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or have been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. It's also brought to us by Day and Ginna Funeral Homes, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with the loss, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Homes offer, please visit dayandginda.com. Locations in both Flora and Frankfort, as well as Rossville and Mulberry for Day and Ginda Funeral Home. Frankfort will keep possession here. Again, clock continues to roll because we're into that mercy rule. We have a 35-point disparity. We talked about Harness's 42 points versus Rossville last year, but she scored 30 points or more 3 times last season. Scored 20 points 20 times, 20 or more 20 times. She was only held. Her lowest output of the season was still double digits. She scored 13 on 2 different occasions.
It's got to be nice as Coach Wiles to have a girl like that, hey, her worst score now is going to be 13 points. So
she hit 3 or more three-pointers 10 times last season. And arguably what was her best game of the year against Sheridan, 22 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 7 steals. So doing a little bit of everything as well. You can see why Western Michigan is high on Allie Harness. Nice drive here, puts it up too strong, and a good rebound inside. Boy, Evelyn Vasquez-Batista is a fighter inside. I almost said she's a dog, but the hot dog's got a dog inside, don't they?
Yeah, they do. She's fighting down there for every rebound, and saw her throwing some elbows down there.
Got to clear some space.
Got to clear some space. So
look inside to Wills.
Freshman
Wills
getting their first
shot up and knocks it down.
First points for the freshman. A good-looking shot right there.
The shot too strong. Offensive rebound by Carroll, and then blocked by the freshman. As Wills is starting to find her groove here in the fourth quarter. That shot up, rims out. Vasquez-Batista comes away with it again, but a jump ball called.
Going to be Carroll's way.
Been a great opening night of basketball here on the ISC Sports Network. For Frankfort fans, our next broadcast here at Frankfort High School is actually the boys basketball opener, Doug. No pressure. Gophers are coming to town.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. We got our candy stripes back, so we're bringing those back.
All right. I like it.
Going back old school. Hopefully put on a good show for the fans here.
What is sure to be a raucous crowd that night as boys basketball opens all over the state the night before Thanksgiving.
It's always a fun atmosphere when we play Prairie, no matter where it is, but especially when you get into Case Arena. I don't think there's a better environment when Case Arena is rocking in the state. It's a pleasure to be able to play here for my 4th year now.
Wills got fouled down there on the block, so Frankfort will have the ball out of bounds. Under a minute as the clock continues to roll. Again, still to come, our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game.
We're mentioning Case Arena. I think when you come into Case Arena, it's that you run through the banner down there, the band starts playing. It's just a feeling like no other. High school basketball at its finest in Indiana. I think people take for granted when it comes. You know, I think I've taken for granted my high school basketball career, but now senior year, it's like, hey, this is my last opportunity. Got to make the most of it.
Hey, you realized it before it was over, right?
Yeah.
The clock hits 0 here tonight on a fantastic opening night of basketball, a 50-point victory for the Carroll Cougars. Coach Wiles has to be excited about the effort here tonight from his Cougars. Matt Crawford, the head coach of Frankfort, and Dougie's got to be excited. He was down some firepower, but still the effort that the girls played with here tonight is something to hang your hat on as you get your season started. The Hot Dogs will take on Fountain Central next. That's on November 4th as they look to try to get their first victory of the season. For Carroll, they will play at Sheridan on November 9th. Doug, your final thoughts on this one?
Yeah, I think, you don't always want to talk about moral victories, but for Frankfort, some moral victories would be the fact that you played hard the whole way. You limited Carroll in the first half until they started to get it going. Inevitably, you can't stop all those girls, but I think the fact that they played with that intensity without having 2 of your girls playing a really good team, it's something you got to be looking forward to. And basketball's a long season. This is the first game of 20 plus.
Yep.
So a lot more room to grow. Hopefully they can get the win. I think they play Fountain Central next.
Leading scorer tonight for Frankfort happens to be our Frankfort Eagles Clinton County Player of the Game. It is Ashley Vasquez Rivera. Hats off to the junior. She played fantastic tonight. 7 points for the Hot Dogs. What did you think about her play?
I thought she played well. I think we both talked about it and said that she was the player of the game. Not just offensively, she scored 7 points, but defensively, she was guarding Allie Harness up top and forced a couple turnovers, playing really hands-on defense and playing super fast, just how Coach Crawford wanted her to play.
That's going to do it for our coverage here tonight. Carroll comes out with a victory here tonight, and they are led by Allie Harness with 28 points. For Doug Wood and everyone behind the scenes at ISC and Hot Dog TV, we appreciate you tuning in. Make sure you catch our next broadcast right here on ISC.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Day and Gannett Funeral Home, putting family first.
Some people see a huddle in the locker room. We see a second classroom. Some see a student athlete on the court. We see a future leader in the community. You see, high school sports in Indiana are special. That's because they're about learning and growing, not just winning and losing. Fans, I'm Commissioner Paul Neidig. Support education-based athletics in Indiana by buying a ticket to your high school's next athletic event.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.